Ranger Muslim, and you must, some of you must have watched the show with Rambo 4, which is based on Burma. And what happened is, they told it is the longest civil war in history because of what took place in Burma for over 60 years now. And what is happening now is that the rebels is now taking over that country by force because you have soldiers that several of them surrendered. They have taken over the border from China now to Thailand. So they can the soldiers in Burma that control government can't cross that border anymore. Can't trade with China. So it's a matter of time before that this government falls in Burma. And you ask, you see how long this takes? It takes so many years. And what you learn, is that might will never beat right, It may be long, but it won't be forever. And these people have committed so much atrocities in Burma, the military, and still committed. Make no mistake about that. And some of you who watch Rambo 4 see these, so it's just a show. No. These are things that really took place in Burma. Make no mistake about that. It's a show that based on a true life events. But what makes Kelvin at, it's a matter of time now before that regime falls. And it will fall. Because might can never beat right. And since I've dealt with the Burma thing, conflict, because many of them have to run to Bangladesh, and imagine living in camps, refugee camps, run out of their own country, not just Bangladesh, but other countries in the Middle East, and in Asia, and run, and what basically happened, they have to be surviving on something like $8 a month, So they are literally starving in the camps, short of food and other supplies to keep them alive. Have to flee their country because of civil war. But since we touch on Burma, it makes sense to talk about Israel immediately. No, the Israeli conflict, how must I address this? Because, believe me, there are so many things. Oh my God. I'm going to take off my glasses. Don't listen to me carefully. Again, touch on America before I deal with Israel. Because if you realize Joe Biden, November will be general election, right? Between him and, I don't even know if Donald Trump can make it to November, because probably Donald Trump may be convicted and be in prison. As a matter of fact, it's not if he will be convicted, I think it is more like when. Because this man have 80, over 90 criminal offenses, charges against him. And even those who you could call it them charging, Donald Trump charging, charged for the same crime that Donald Trump has been charged for, is now serving time in prison. So, and Donald Trump has become an enemy of judges and all of that. And of many prosecutors and all of that. But with all of that being said, it shows you again how flawed American Constitution is and doesn't even work the paper it is being written on. How can you have a man that is not just criminally charged, but several times charged, and some of these offenses he will be convicted on? Make no mistake about that. But he's fit to run for office? Really? And with Americans. And it shows you again at the level racism is at in America. It's at an unprecedented peak. The man is more than unfit to be the leader of the free world. But this man is qualified to run for the highest office in America. Who could this be? Because we're talking of, and you see it, and I tell you, and what you learn from this, the notion that people who are credible don't really enter representational politics. What you learn is how corrupt politics is because people who are credible and have integrity take away themselves from it because they stay afar and see the corruption. To become the president of America, you have to be corrupt. There can be no question about that. Because to get there, the road to get there, you have to corrupt yourself. And people thought that Joe Biden was somebody. You now understand that Joe Biden is nobody. He claims him as a Catholic, but the little I know about Catholic is another fake religion. So Joe Biden action don't surprise me, him supporting Israel in the Middle East and giving Israel over $3.5 billion worth of military hardware every year. Gunship. We're talking about fighter jet, M16 fighter jets, the best in the world. We're talking about tankers, countless guns and ammunition, and other military equipments. To do what? To defend themselves? Defend what? Defend yourself and land which don't belong to you? Who you acquire the land? The state of Israel was established in 1948. Who you acquire the land? So you're fighting. No, everybody have a right to defend themselves. But you can't go thief the man land, murder him family, take away him land by force, occupy him land illegally, and then you have the audacity to come and tell me about Israel have the right to defend themselves. Who you forgot defend? Who you will justify taking away people's land? Wiping out their family to extinction, occupying their land illegally, and then have the audacity coming to tell me that you have right to defend yourself and land which don't belong to you. You explain that to me. Which country? America bordered by Mexico and Canada. Can Canada invade and take over a state in America? And occupy it illegally and tell America, say, we are taking that state here by force. And you can't talk to me. And me have right to defend myself. And stay in this state which are not my own. Can Mexico do it? That's what I thought. Ask yourself this, and it show you again just how hypocritical America is. Which country can come and take a state from America? Take one of the 50 states. Some say a 52 state. Maybe a 52 for true. Because Israel are the overseas state. I must say, well, a Costa Rica or Puerto Rico, one of them. But what me getting at? How come no country can do that to America? No country can do that to England. They are going to war if that happens. So how you forgot tell me no, say I'm a terrorist? When they are justifiably fighting for what? The land which is rightfully theirs. Who a man for the terrorists fighting for him rights and what belong to him? Explain it to me. It don't make no sense. There's no justification. You can't come tell me about the man a terrorist. You fight for him rights and a fight for something which rightfully belong to him. And look who them killing. Them starving to death. It is collective punishment. They have killed over 40,000 Palestinians already. Everybody know that. That's an open secret. Murder them in the worst way. Let me explain it to you. Because I don't think You know, just using the term kill. You're not going to really. So I can just give you the, I can just close your eye and listen. You have families in the Palestine which had 15 members of the family. The Israeli bomb a resident and killed 14. One alive now. Family of 8. Bomb the resident. 7 died. One alive now. Family of 20. Same thing. Bomb the resident. 19 died. One alive now. Make we look at the gruesome death. Baby mother. Pregnant woman. Little picnic. You name it. Blown to pieces. Many, don't forget, many have been buried in rubble. They don't have no tractor, no crane to go clear the debris. What you get, you know? What you get when them those I'm not going to talk about. It's more than 40,000 dying, you know? And it's more than 300,000 injury. And we are talking about injuries. A lot of them were injured will die because they beat medical workers, they torture them, and they kill many of them. You had a 6-year-old girl who wanted to be rescued. They already killed the family. And it was broadcast in outside of Gaza that this girl was trapped in her vehicle somewhere in Gaza. What do you think the Israelis did? When they hear the distress signal, the hospitals send medical workers to the site to rescue the 6-year-old girl that was still alive. When they reach at the medical, at the crime scene, what do you think happened? Israel wait. Remember, you know, the distress signal go to the Israelis as well, you know. So they got the information. And they knew that medical workers would turn up. They bomb the ambulance, killing the medical workers when they turn up. Because when they turn up, Israelis was already at the site, waiting for them to turn up, bomb them, and kill them in the ambulance. Then them bomb the vehicle with the girl that was still alive in and kill her. And when they tried to get information from them what took place, they say no comments. They have nothing to say about it. So what happened is that's them going to the extreme, you know, to take revenge against their civilians that Hamas have killed. Yes? And have kidnapped and now have as hostage in Gaza. So they are on this mission of revenge. And they have overdone it. You must have heard about what is taking place in 45 states in America. University students demonstrating, condemning the actions of Israel and the atrocities they are committing, the genocide they are committing in Gaza. No, Joe Biden don't like this, but he's under pressure now more than ever. His hands, no, look at this. You call Israel your allies. You have a friend, a so-called friend where you can't talk to. And everything you tell this virgin here, or this sister here, him go against what you say. Him claim you are him friend, and him a depend upon you for military hardware and money for do all other things. But you can't even, him don't want to take advice from you. Why are you keeping Israel as your friend? Why would you still want this person to be your friend? The person has come to you for a lot, for do whatever they want to do. But you can't give them no counsel because they not take no counsel from you. So no matter what money you give them, Them go out there and do what them feel like though. And you still give Israel up to $3.5 billion US dollars worth of military hardware every year. And you know what them are doing with it. You know what them are commit atrocities in the Middle East. And you allow them to get away with it. And you are in a position to stop it. You are in a position not only to rebut them, but to get them punished for their bad behavior, for the atrocities they have committed. But instead, you have sanctioned it. Here you go. Men and women want to lead, but they don't have integrity. They don't even know what the word means. You remember Aluma Samba, the PNP candidate years ago? We make it clear to us that she always make it her point of duty to fill up her department with PNP loyalists. She don't care. She didn't care about anyone getting a job on merit. No, she was about politics. That's how corrupt these people are. So we don't give the job on merit, we give the job because you're lying to my political tribe. How you do that? And how can that be justifiable? Corrupt men and women continue to seek political office. For what? To what? To rub off their bad behavior on other people. To implement bad policies. Their corrupt mindset. And they want things to, the status quo to continue. They are not for the change of the better. They are change for the worse. Our business as usual. And you must put measures in place to keep away people like these with such corrupt mindset. Away from political office. Because credible people don't want this job. The Bible told us to leave the world. That is one of the things, you know. Because to be frank, God people now get involved in politics. Because what that would be doing is they're getting involved with worldly issues. And they are not here for that. It's a world that is controlled and operated by agents of the devil. And the devil will put his people in place, in charge of business. And of everything office that are of importance to the devil, he will put them there. Make no mistake about that. That is how proceedings are run under the sun. But it shows us again how corrupt Israel is. And you hear what them telling Hamas in the latest deal? That we want to have, listen to this, you know. Want you to free the prisoners that you have for us. And we are going to give you a 40 day without bombing. They bomb everywhere already, you know. What we are now hearing is that it can take up to 45 years to build back Gaza. So them want bomb, finish, wipe out Gaza. And you have 1.5 million people hold up in that city. I forgot my name. But what me getting at, them a tell them, say, we gave sending food and medical equipment and all of that and release some of your prisoners. But as soon as the 40 day up, we can just bomb. We will never bomb before and start back the war. And Hamas is saying that no, the only way I will be interested in any peace settlement is that you pull out of Gaza now and you bring an end to this. It is not a war. Because when you use the term war, it would have to be like Ukraine and Russia. Because Ukraine is strong enough to defend themselves against Russia. And they have killed thousands of Russians. We know that the Russians will win, you know. And who don't know that, you don't know nothing. The Russians will win it eventually. Because not many people know that more Russians died in World War II than the 6 million Jews that died in World War II, than the few Americans that died in World War II. Remember, it is over 57 million people died in World War II. And most of those casualties, over 27 million, were Russians. It is Russians, and you remember him named the dictator when he used to run Russia. Stalin, that stopped Germany. Hitler. It was the role that Russia played in World War II. But what I'm getting at, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is totally different. It is Israel killing, put it this way, 33,000 out of the 34,000 Palestinians that die. At least 33,000 are civilians. Them can't get to Hamas, you know, because Hamas in caves will lead to Egypt and lead to Lebanon and Syria. They know that, you know. And Israel is on record saying them not send nobody in no cave. They will try bomb the caves. When them find out a cave there, so bomb it up. They not send nobody down there. Where you think the prisoners them there? Where them have for Israel? Some of them in the caves and some of them in other countries. But you know that? So how you get to Hamas? So who them people that where you claim say you kill? Hamas? You can wipe out Hamas to extinction? Don't tell me you're that dark and you're that illiterate. Please, don't tell me that. Because that is impossible. But the problem is, America is one of the biggest problems. Because America continues to arm Israel. And what is good now, you know, is that, to be frank with you, Israel is in trouble now more than ever. You know. The one Benjamin Netanyahu, the so-called Prime Minister of Israel, he was always a hardliner. Because him did get his group of people did assassinate my name is Yusuf Rabin in the 90s, because the man did come to agreement for a two-state settlement. Him don't want it. They don't want it, you know. They want to control everything for themselves. This same group of people, when are supposed to be in the Middle East, want to control everything for themselves and don't want no two-state settlement. You have to be mindful of that. They don't want that. They want everything for themselves. But guess what? Them get end up with nothing. And their Air Force pilot in America, where he is in America Air Force, set himself on fire. And that happened since the start of this year. In US, at an embassy in US, in Washington, D.C. Yes! Because he have been protesting about the war. And I don't want to use the term war. Because every time you use the term war, it sounds like it's a fair fight. And it is not a war. It is, there you go. It is Israel using aggression against a nation of people who can't defend themselves. So Israel is really committing atrocities in Gaza. And this is an Air Force pilot setting himself ablaze in America, in Washington, D.C., at the capital. Him don't die, you know, but him was sending a strong message to get the attention of Americans. A U.S. Air Force pilot have done that. Many people are against the war. And the 45 universities, 45 states, university students protesting against the war. And is against the atrocities, I must say, that Israel is committing in the Middle East. Yes. And they are doing it vigorously. There are American students going to university, seeing that Israel is wrong, and seeing that their president, their so-called President Joe Biden, is doing absolutely nothing to rein in these terrorists. Israel. Not Hamas. Israel. And you see, you know the worst thing about America? If Donald Trump win the election, him even worse than Joe Biden. That is a sad thing, Him even worse than Joe Biden when it comes to defending Israel. You know what is him silent? Because him not grown for standard, And the truth be told, him leading in national polls. But what may hurt Donald Trump winning the election in America is not just the criminal charges which he have now against his name, but it is also that him don't want women have the right to abort a child in America. And you know America is a democracy, so there lies the problem. A lot of those women will vote against him because they want the right to decide to have an abortion if they don't want to bring a child in the world. So that's going against him as well. And he is going to lose a huge percentage of vote from that group of persons who would have voted for him, to be frank. He will be getting a lot of vote from the evangelical. And you know, these people are really so-called Christians. And they will vote for him in great numbers. But can that percentage take him across the line? I don't know. We have to wait and see, to be brutally frank. No, if you ask me whether Joe Biden or Donald Trump, right now I don't know which one better. Because believe me, the two of them together don't make one good leader. It's between a hard rock and a deep blue sea right now. That is so sad. That is what is really so sad. It's from the frying pan to the fire. That is what is so sad. That is what is so sad.